Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Kadence Amplify. This is our second Kadence Amplify, and we are so happy that you're here. If you are a user of Kadence, you know that the magic of this suite of applications, the theme, the plugins, really changes the way you work with WordPress. And we want to give you all of the information, guidance, knowledge that you need to create an effective website for your business, for all of your initiatives. Everything that you want to do online, we're here to support you. We're here to help you make more effective sites. And in so doing, we wanted to create this event with some of the leading speakers in their field, both talking about Kadence as well as SEO, security, and so much more. And we wanted to invite them to speak to you so that you could learn some of the tactics that can help you make more effective sites. Now, we're getting started here in track 1. There is also a track 2 that has other speakers on it that will be running concurrent. We're both on YouTube, so you can switch back and forth based on whatever is interesting to you or needed for you in the moment. And these will all stay on YouTube, so you can refer back to them. We'll also slice and dice these up into their own individual presentations. If you have comments, questions, you can put those into the live chat here on YouTube, and we will answer those questions for you. And at the end of presentations, those comments will come on screen, and we will talk more with the speakers about the things that are important to you. So thanks so much for being here. Drop in the comments where you're watching from, because we'd love to hear from you all. Our first speaker on track 1 is Jake Pfohl. Yes, I said his name right because I've been practicing it for like a year now. Jake Pfohl is one of the most active members of the Kadence community. He has been using Kadence since early 2020, and he's been focusing on creating Kadence child themes and wireframe templates. He's one of the innovators in creating design libraries based on Kadence. He's based out of Dubuque, Iowa, and he just a few months ago quit his 9-to-5 software engineering job so he could go full-time as an entrepreneur, helping others build fast, profitable websites with WordPress and Kadence. And without further ado, I'm going to bring Jake on. Jake, how are you?
Hey, I am fantastic. How are you?
I am doing very well. So happy to be here. We have so many awesome people here who are
We
ready
do. We
to.
have quite the lineup for the second Kadence Amplify. I didn't think you guys could outdo the first one, but the lineup I would say is even better this time around. So I'm super excited to be here, kicking off track 1 with everyone. It is Friday. It is a beautiful fall day here in Iowa, so I'm excited to get going.
Amazing. Well, I'm just so happy you're here, and I'm so happy you're kicking this track off. I'm going to show myself out, but I will be
Okay.
in the background. I'll be backstage. So if you need anything at all, holler, because I will be here for the whole session. And I'll let you just do your thing, Jake. Thank
Sounds
you.
great. Let's get into it. All right. Well, hey, hello, everybody. As Kathy said, my name is Jake Pfohl. I am based out of Iowa. I have been using the Kadence theme, the modern Kadence theme, since it was released back in early 2020. I use it almost every day, and I have been blogging since 2014. So for almost 10 years now. And in using Kadence, I have shifted my business and started to create different wireframe templates, different child themes, and whatever I can do to help people create fast, profitable WordPress websites with Kadence, because it's one of my favorite tools out there. I don't think that there's a better tool out there as far as speed, customization, ease of use. I mean, everything is just incredible. It is an entire ecosystem of tools that you can use to help you develop websites. I mean, everyone talks about, what theme do you use and what block plugin? And that's just 2 of the things that Kadence has, is the theme and the blocks. But there's Kadence Cloud that allows people like me and other amazing, incredible designers out there to create, cloud libraries and child themes. There's a child theme builder. There's Kadence Conversions to help you with pop-ups and everything. So I love Kadence, and I'm super excited to teach you this morning and show you how you can build your very own Linktree page in Kadence. I actually got this idea from Kathy. She had posted a blog on the Kadence site. I don't know what it was, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. And it was really cool because it's like, if you had your very own WordPress website, there's no need to pay Linktree services or a subscription to have a Linktree page to point people to the links, your most important links. You can simply create your own Linktree page, build it, and then share that out in your profiles. And you have way more customization options available to you through Kadence Blocks and things like that. And so I got the idea and I was like, hey, what if I could create these templates so that people can literally click once and have this whole entire Linktree template on their page. All they have to do is literally fill out the button text and the links and fill in your avatar image and you are done. And so today I'm going to be showing you how to bring in those templates so that you can get started almost instantly with these Linktree pages. And then I'm also going to go through and show you how to build one from scratch quick. And so I'll be answering your questions throughout. So if anybody has any questions, or Kathy can throw some questions up on the page here. But anyway, so I am the founder of Start Blogging 101. So this is the website that you see on here. So I created this back in late 2019, early 2020, right around the time that I started using the Kadence theme. And so I don't really have a ton for a presentation as far as like slides and things go. I like just getting in there and showing you exactly how to build these things. So let's just get started with this. Let's go over to, I do have a written tutorial. There's probably a few little things that need to be updated here as far as Kadence Blocks 3 goes, but for the most part, this is all going to be very accurate. And if you want to follow along, or if you just want to access this at some point, I do have this entire written tutorial on startblogging101.com. So you can see that up here. And then if you go over to the search icon up here and just search Linktree, it should pop right up. It's called How to Create Your Own Linktree in WordPress with Kadence. And this is honestly one of the most popular articles that people get to on my website from Google, which is really cool because it ranks really highly on there. And I had not created a video tutorial for this yet. So I thought, hey, this would be a perfect opportunity to do a video tutorial on this for Kadence Amplify. So if we scroll down here, this is a live working version just on the desktop. But so this looks good on desktop, looks good on mobile. Obviously, most people are going to access it on mobile. We're going to build it to specifically look great on mobile, but it works on desktop too, which is really cool. So here's just a live working version of my Linktree page that I had built. And so you just have a avatar image here. You have your Instagram handle. You have different social links to, a Facebook group or a YouTube channel, and you can put whatever social links you'd like here. And then you have all of your Linktree links here to all the most important pages that you want to point people to in your social bio. You could put this in your Instagram. You can put it in whatever bio you want on social. And it's just a really cool way to showcase, these links, get people that are coming to your profile to go to the most important places that you want to send them to. And it took hardly any time at all to build this, thanks to the templates that I've built. And again, I'm going to show you how to build this from scratch as well. So let's just get started here. So as I scroll down here, the very first thing that you're going to want to do is install the free Kadence Blocks plugin on your website. So I'm going to go to my local website here. I'm going to take about a couple minutes here. So this is a brand new child theme that we're actually just releasing today. So I have the Kadence Amplify event that I'm presenting at right now. And then right after this, I'm going to be announcing this huge product release of our second Kadence child theme from Start Blogging Themes. So this thing is called Rewind, and it's a total blast from the past. It's nostalgic. It is this very, very cool, bold, vibrant, retro WordPress site that has everything that you need to get started on with blogging, to get started with all of your core pages. So we have 7 pre-designed pages in here, including your 4 core pages. So you have your home page here, with different blog posts and things like that. You have an about page that, showcases your story, your experience, your skills with these nice animated progress bars, your results, different follow me buttons for your social profiles. And then we have a blog page here. So you can separate your blog into various categories and showcase those in a really cool retro fashion all throughout here. So I have 3 different sample categories here, but you can obviously swap that out with whatever you'd like. And then there's a nice contact page here with one simple job, and that's to get people to contact you through this form in a really cool retro looking box and fashion here. And then there is a Linktree page, of course, included with this child theme. So I'm going to be teaching you actually today how to build this specific Linktree page, this really cool retro looking page. And if I just bring up the design, or sorry, the device toolbar here, this is more what it would look like on a phone. So you can see that it has, 7 different Linktree buttons. You can add as many or as few as you would like. You'd put your image here, your Instagram handle, and you'd have your social profile here. So anyway, this whole rewind theme, like I said, is just being released today. If you want to check out an entire walkthrough video, it's less than 30 minutes, but it shows you everything that you can do. I just released it right before I went live here on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/startblogging101. And you can see it's this video right here. It says how to build the ultimate retro website in WordPress. So definitely check that out if you're interested. So let's just go into the back end of my site here. So like I said, this is a brand new site. I just spun it up, and I put the rewind theme that we're just releasing today on it. So that's all I have done. If we go into appearance and themes here, you can see that I have the Kadence theme installed, and then I have a child theme, which is this rewind theme that I just was showing you activated. It's just a child theme of Kadence that sits on top of Kadence. So I have those activated on my website. And then if I go over to the plugins here, you can see that I have the free Kadence Blocks plugin installed on my website. That is the only thing that you need to get this to work. But for this presentation, I also have Kadence Theme Pro installed and activated. I also have Kadence Blocks Pro installed and activated. I'm going to show us a couple of little cool things with that. And that's everything that we need for that. All right, so assuming that you have the free Kadence Blocks plugin on your website, the first thing I'm going to do is show you connecting to our templates so that you can start with these Linktree templates as quickly as you would like, and you would be able to literally just fill out the buttons, the text, and you'll be good to go. So if you come into any poster page here, so let's just go into a page here, and let's just create a new page. If you have the Kadence Blocks plugin installed on your website, there's a Kadence Design Library button up here. So I'm going to choose that. And you can see that I'm connected to the Start Blogging Blocks library. And so this is a set of over 300 templates and full pages that we have built to help you create landing pages, to help you create affiliate blog posts, to help you boost your social presence. And then we also have a number of full blog post outlines with some AI prompts in there. So this is everything that you need to create a fast, profitable website. And included in this library are specific Linktree templates. So if I come over to the search here, I'm just going to search Linktree. And you can see that here are the Linktree templates that we have pre-designed and built already for you. These top 4 are 100% free for you to access, always will be. And then if we scroll down here, we have a few other variations. We have some buttons with borders. We have some 3D buttons. And then we have some slightly more complex buttons, which would be, you could have an image off to the left here or an image like this, which is something that you pretty commonly see with different Linktree pages. But first and foremost, I'm going to show you how to get these onto your website. So if you're interested in getting these free templates onto your website, you can go to startbloggingblocks.com. Hey, look, it was Kathy there in my video. So you can go to startbloggingblocks.com. And if you scroll down here, there is a section that says try Start Blogging Blocks for free. And all you have to do is just put in your first name and your email and click send me the free blocks, and you'll get a free license key sent to you immediately. And then all you have to do is just come into any poster page here. Like I said, get the free Kadence Blocks plugin on your website. You go into the design library, and then you click this plus button to add. This is to connect to a cloud. And then there will be really, really easy instructions. You can get connected up in 30 seconds or less. You would put in the connection URL and your free access key here and click add connection. And you'll see Start Blogging Blocks tab pop up here, and you'll be able to go into the free templates. There's a free section on the left-hand side here, and you can scroll down here, and here are those Linktree templates that I talked about. So if we just choose one of these, you could see, actually, let me set my my page settings correct here. All right. So we have these all good. So you can see that even though in the design library, when I came to the Linktree templates here, even though it looks like this, it brings in all your global colors and goes perfectly with the brand of your website, because it's all using the Kadence global color palette, which is really, really awesome. It's one of my favorite features of the Kadence theme, and they've had that since the release. And so you can see as it comes here, it already has all of my colors. It has, my main brand color and kind of that retro look with the courier font and things like that already in there for you. And then literally all you would have to do is come in here and you just, whatever link here, and whatever you want that to say. And then you click on that button and you come over here and you add your button link, and you do that for 7 of them, and you add your image, and you're done, in no time at all. So that's really, really cool to be able to access those templates and just be able to get started with this Linktree stuff in, a matter of a few minutes, rather than needing to build it all yourself. But we will go through how to build this all as well. So let's just come in here. So I just showed you how to connect to the Start Blogging Blocks library and import your Linktree page that you want. There are a few pro templates in there with different styles if that is something that you like. So I'm just showcasing some of those. So the very first thing, let's get into building our own Linktree page from scratch here. The one thing that I kind of glossed over, but I do want to go over. So if I just let's just back out here, and let's just start a new page. So what you would want to do if you're going to build your own Linktree page. Actually, you know what? Let me just pause for like 30 to 60 seconds here and see if there's any questions in the chat up to this point, and I'll answer any of those, and then we'll get started with learning how to build this all from scratch. So let me just check out the chat here. Okay, I'm not actually seeing any questions so far, so that's good. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to drop them in the chat, and I will get to them. All right, so let's just build a Linktree page from scratch here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go into your pages on your WordPress dashboard, and so we're going to add a new page here. And the nice thing is you can call this whatever you'd like. I like just using the word links. I think it's nice and succinct. This is really cool too if you have, like a personal brand, like yourname.com/links. You see that in like a social media bio. And I think that that is just really clean looking. Sometimes you see like the shortened Linktree URL, and it doesn't really tell much, but it's kind of cool to just like have like yourbrand.com/links. And so I'm just going to call this links here. And then in the tutorial here, to have the very first thing that you're going to want to do for a landing page is make sure that you have the correct page settings. And this is something that actually trips up a lot of people. And so I do want to just go over it quick and show you the settings that you should have to build a full width page on your website. And so you can see the settings are listed here. But if I come back here, the page settings are in the upper right here. You can see it says page settings. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to disable the page title, because we don't want the page title to show. The page layout, we want to make full width. So we're going to choose that. And you can see that expanded out to the edge of the screen. We're going to make the content style unboxed. So normally it's in a box, which kind of contains it just slightly, but we're going to unbox it, and that makes it truly full width there. And then we're going to remove the content vertical padding on the top and bottom. So we're going to disable that. And then we don't want the featured image to show anywhere on the page itself. So we're going to disable that. And then another really important thing with Linktree pages that I like doing is I'm actually going to disable the header and footer, which is another really nice perk of Kadence. Because if you ever go to a Linktree page, you normally don't see the logo at the top with like a menu button and then their footer at the bottom. I think that that's kind of cluttered, and it deters people from taking action on the Linktree page. So the number one thing you want people to do is to focus on the links and go to whatever links it is that you're showcasing. So we're going to disable the header and footer of the site so that those don't show. All right, so these are the page settings that you want to have a full page website or a full page site here for your Linktree page. So let's just come in here. All right, so then I go in and just kind of showing the how to build the Linktree page. So we're just going to do that all in the editor here and do this all from scratch and build a really cool retro looking Linktree page. All right, so the very first thing that we're going to want to do is add a row layout. The row layout is your core container block that if you're building any type of landing page, you're going to be using the row layout block. And a shortcut that I like using to help speed things up when building with Kadence is to do a / and then type the name of the block. So you can see it's already at the top here, but if you just type row layout, you can see that row layout shows here. So we're going to choose that. We want a single column here. So I'm going to choose the single column. All right, now there's a few things we're going to do here. So the very first thing is at the row layout level. So I'm going to come back to the block settings, which is in the upper right here. So at the row layout level, we want to contain the inner content width so that it's only 400 pixels wide, which is going to look really good on mobile. So we're going to actually specify a custom content max width of 400 pixels here. So I'm going to do that. And so you can see that even though this row layout itself is full width, the inner content, as you can see, as I hover over here, is 400 pixels wide. This is going to look good still on desktop, and it's going to look really, really good on mobile. So we're going to do that. The next thing we're going to do is add a background color. So I'm going to go into the style here, and I'm going to choose background color. And here's my color palette of my retro website. And so I'm going to choose the 8th color, which is just a slightly off-white color. So it's just like a light beige here. So that's looking really good. So we're going to add a background color there. The next thing we're going to do is add top and bottom padding to this row layout. So one really nice thing with Kadence Blocks 3 is you can visually see the top and bottom padding as you hover over it. And you can really, really easily change it using their variables, which is awesome. So I'm just going to bump this up and drag this to large. And I'm going to bump this and drag that to large. So we have large padding on the top and bottom. Just give it a little bit of breathing room so it's not hugging the top or bottom of the page too much. And then one other kind of important thing here that most people do not think about is we're going to actually set a minimum height of this row layout. So if we go into the advanced tab here and I open up the structure settings, you can see there's a minimum height control, and we're going to set that to 100 VH. And so what that does is it makes sure that if you only have, say, 2 or 3 links on this, it makes sure that the background spans the full height of whatever device is accessing it. So I'm on this really large computer screen, right? And if I only had 2 or 3 links, that background would only go to, you know, maybe down here, and then it would all be all white under there, and it just doesn't look good. So that's why we're setting a minimum height of 100 VH there. So that should be all we need for the row layout. And so that's the container that's going to contain everything. So now the next thing we're going to do is add our avatar image. So I'm going to come in here and we're going to add an advanced image from Kadence. So if you just search image, you can see that there's image advanced here, and this is the Kadence image block. So we're going to do that. We're going to select an image here. So here in my media library, just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to use one of the retro avatar images that we have here. So I'm going to choose this pink one right here. All right, so that's looking good. There's a few things we're going to change with the settings here. So first of all, we're going to set a max image width of 150 pixels. So that condenses it down, makes it, you know, not so in your face and large there. So we're setting that to 150 pixels wide. We're going to come up here to the toolbar and align this center. And then let's see here. We're going to go into the style tab here, and we are going to add a border, a 2-pixel border. So I'm going to come in and set this to the 3rd color palette or 3rd color in my palette here. And we're going to set a 2-pixel border around that. For the border radius, I'm going to add some slightly rounded corners to all 4 corners. So I'm going to click this linked button here, and we're going to set this to 6 pixels. And so you can see as I click off that, it has just a nice subtle rounded corners there. Let's click back in here and let's add a box shadow. So to give a nice, you know, bold box shadow that looks really good with a retro theme, we're going to do 3 for X, 3 for Y, 0 for blur, and 0 for spread. And in the color here, I'm going to set that to the 3rd color as well. And there you go. You can see that you have that real nice, you know, kind of bold box shadow that is very common in retro designs. So that's looking good for our advanced image. Let's see if we need anything else here. I think that should be all we need for the advanced image. So let's jump down here and click on the image, and we're just going to press enter to enter a block under there. And then we're going to add our Instagram handle. So let's just do an advanced text block here. So we're going to choose the text advanced text blocks from Kadence. The very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to change this from an H2 to a paragraph here. So we're going to do that. We're going to come in here and we're going to align this text center. And I'm just going to type at Instagram. Kadence_handle. All right, so you'd put your Instagram handle here. And then we're over in the style here. The font size, I'm just going to set to medium. And let's come in here and let's set some top and bottom margin. So I just want to make sure that there's no margin on the top, and the bottom we're just going to set to XS using the variable padding. So that's just going to give a little more space for our next block to come in. If you'd like, you can come in here and you can set this to bold, right? I mean, you could come in here and you could go into the advanced typography and you could set the font weight to bold if you'd like. If you like that bold look, you could set it to a different font family if you want. So the heading on this site is using Courier, so that's that real retro look. So I'm actually just going to inherit the heading font family here, which is a new feature that actually just came out with Kadence Blocks. So that looks really retro-y and it has that nice Courier look, that monospace font. So that's looking good for the Instagram handle. Let's see here. We're going to enter down here and we're going to do some social icons now. So for the social icons, I like using just the Gutenberg block for this. I think it'll just save us a little bit of time. So I'm just going to do a slash and start typing social. So we're going to do social icons. And then the first thing we're going to do is change the items justification. So we're going to justify these center. And then you just have to click the plus button to add different social icons. So let's add, Facebook. And then one thing with the social blocks icon is you have to jump back up to the parent block. So one thing that's really nice is checking out this document overview. This gives a nice reflection of how the blocks are laid out on your site. So I like having this open sometimes. I think it helps, especially if you're not familiar with building pages. This helps you visualize where the blocks are and the different levels that are going on. So to add a new icon here, we have to jump up to the social icons parent block, and then we're just going to click the plus again. Let's add YouTube. Let's jump back up. Let's maybe add Twitter. They need to update that to X, by the way. And then let's go up and add block, and let's do, I don't know, TikTok. All right. So we have these blocks. One thing is you can see they're kind of grayed out right now. They will not show unless you actually specify like the address, like the social profile link. I'm not going to link to anything. So I'm just going to put a hash symbol in there, and that will just cause them to show up here. So I'm just adding that in here. All right. So now those all show up. You can have the brand colors here when you use the core Gutenberg social icons block. It does just bring in the brand colors. I think to go more along with this retro theme, I'm going to change the background color. So I'm back at the social icons parent level here. I'm going to come over to the styles tab over here, and I'm going to go to the icon background, and I'm just going to choose this third color in my theme. And you can see that sets it all to black. So that's really cool. That feels a lot more, in tune with the brand of this retro website. All right, so we have our avatar, our Instagram handle, and our social icons. I'm really quick just going to check and see if there's any more questions. Doesn't look like there are right now, so let's just keep going. All right, so after the social icons here, let's enter down, and we are just going to add our Linktree buttons now. And this is really, really nice because once you add one and design it the way you want, you can really easily duplicate it all the way down, and you're going to be done. So let's just add an advanced buttons block. So if we look at buttons advanced here, this is the Kadence buttons block here. All right, so it adds here, it automatically brings in your theme colors with the hover color and everything. So that's all looking good. There's nothing we need to change here. Here in the general tab, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the button width to full. And so that is going to take up the remainder of the space. And since we contained our content here to only be 400 pixels wide, it's going to span that full 400 pixels here. And then we're just going to click in here, and this is where you type whatever you want it to say. So I'm just going to type Linktree Button 1. All right, so that's looking good. Let's come over to the style here. And let's add a border and a box shadow to make it similar to our avatar image here. So for the border, I'm going to set it to the third color. I'm going to set a 2-pixel border. We are also going to add a 6-pixel border radius here. So we're going to click the linked button here, and we're going to choose or type 6 there. So that, again, gives the nice slightly rounded corners here, just like we had with our image. So let's click back in the button here. We're going to add a box shadow. So I'm going to turn on the box shadow here. We're going to do the same box shadow that we had with the image. So 3 for X, 3 for Y, 0 for blur, 0 for spread, and set that to black, which is our third color. And there we have it. We have a button here with, your border and your box shadow. That's looking really good. One other thing that I'm going to do is add an icon. What's really nice with the Kadence buttons block is you can add an icon super easily to the beginning or after your text. So let's just open the icon settings and open the icon dropdown. Let's type arrow, and I'm going to use a more bold arrow here. So I'm going to choose like this bold right arrow. So you can see that adds to the right of our text. So that's looking really good. And then in the typography settings, I'm actually just going to set a line height of, let's say 1.4. That's just going to condense it just slightly. And also if this button spans, if the text of the button spans more than one line, you might want to mess with this line height attribute here because that will determine the vertical spacing in between the text there. So I'm just setting that to 1.4. If you would like to use different font size, so you could do medium to bump it up there. Large is going to be way too large here, but if you want medium, you can do that. I'm just going to turn it off and just let it inherit whatever we have set at the customizer level here. So that's looking really good. We have the button fully done. I just want to make sure that we have everything here. It looks like, it looks like we do. So similar to the social icons, this button is a single button block, and it's contained inside a parent buttons block. So you can see over on the left-hand side on my document overview that there is a parent buttons block. So I'm going to choose that parent button block here. And I'm actually just going to choose the orientation to be vertical. So I'm just saying, hey, I want the buttons to all, when I add them, I want them to add vertically rather than horizontally. So we're going to choose that. And then all we have to do is there's a little plus button up here that says duplicate previous button. And so all I have to do is click that. And then I'm just going to keep going to the parent block and just do that until I have 7 buttons. So you can see all I did was create that one button, styled it the way I want. And just like that, we have 7 buttons that all look exactly the same. And you could do this for however many buttons you'd like. And I'm just going to really quick come in here. Let me actually remove this Jasper extension because he's kind of getting in my way. All right. Sorry, Jasper. All right. So let's do 4. Let's 5, 6, and 7. All right, just like that, within a few seconds, we have 7 buttons now. And then at the parent button level here again, one really nice thing is there is a button gap. So that is default set to extra small, but I'm going to bump this up to medium. And so you can see if you do large or medium or small, that's just changing how much vertical spacing there is in between the buttons. So I'm just going to do medium there, and that looks fantastic. So here we have our avatar image, our Instagram handle, our social icons, and then 7 Linktree buttons. And then all you would do, like I said, is you'd come in here, you'd type whatever you want this button to say, and you'd come over to the general settings and you add your button link here, or you can also link it in the toolbar up here. You can just type whatever link you want. And then let's just save this and let's preview this in a new tab. And there you have it. And I'm just going to go in and so I'm pressing F12 on Chrome, by the way, which opens your browser inspection tool. And I'm choosing, it's real hard to see, but in the lower left here, there's a little button that says toggle device toolbar. So if I don't have that on, this is what it looks like on desktop. And if you do choose that, this is really nice. I like setting this to responsive. And then you can come in here, and this is a really nice way. And this is actually what it's going to look like on these different screen sizes. So one thing with like just the WordPress built-in editor is, switching between desktop and tablet and mobile, it just does not give an accurate representation of how things are going to look. So I always recommend you go in and preview your page on the actual front end and then toggle this device toolbar in Chrome. And then you can come in here and you can easily change, different sizing for the resolution. Obviously, this is contained to 400 pixels, so not much is changing, but this is really nice if you're like building like a full width landing page and you want to make sure that things look good on tablet and then mobile. You can condense that down really easily and see how that's going to look. So another thing is you can come in here and you can actually see what it's going to look like on an actual phone. Like it gives the exact dimensions. So I'm going to go to like an iPhone 12 Pro. And so this is what it will look like on an iPhone 12 Pro. So really, really clean, really nice. It doesn't have that header and footer, showing the logo and the menu and things like that. So this is really clean, looks exactly like a Linktree page. And we just built that, in a matter of maybe 10 to 15 minutes. So that's how you build your own custom Linktree page with Kadence. I'm going to see if there's any more questions that have popped up here. Okay, so John says, do you have a way to make a button that says latest blog post and have that link to the most recent post? Okay, interesting. So I don't currently have anything built that does that. I'm trying to think. I'd have to bounce that idea off and see if there would maybe be a way to, I don't know if there's something dynamic you could do. Another idea is like, I mean, the really nice thing about these pages is like I'm sitting here and I'm building these with advanced button blocks, but you can do whatever you want on these pages, right? So if I had even more time, say I had another hour or two, I mean, we could build something like crazy. We could add a subscribe form in the bottom. We could include a fixed button at the top or bottom using, Kadence elements that does something. I mean, any block that you have available to you, you can put in here. So, I mean, one thing that you could even do is that I'm thinking of is you could literally just add a posts block, just the free post block, and you could probably set that to be your latest blog post, I'm guessing, and you could probably show the thumbnail, not show the thumbnail. You could show just the title, and you could style that however you want. So I'm assuming that you could probably just use a post block and put that in here somewhere, and you could just have a little, headline that says check the latest posts, and whenever whatever your latest post is, it's going to know that from your website, and it's just going to show that. So that's actually a really good idea. I like that idea. Yeah, that's another thing too. All right, so Juan says, nice library. How do you keep up with the styles of so many elements? Do you use CSS or just copy and paste styles if you have to make some changes? So I mean, when we're building, well, the whole Start Blogging Blocks library, it's a nice library, and that's because we've put, thousands and thousands of hours into it. We have spent so much time, designing and developing all of these blocks. But I mean, a lot of these blocks might have similarities. So your best friend with Kadence is going to be the copy and paste styles. So like if you're building two similar styles, something like this, you can come in here and you can really easily just copy and paste styles. So like this button right here, there's in the toolbar, there's a thing that says copy styles. And if you had another button, you can just come in here and you just click here and paste styles. And that's going to just take all of the styling and copy and paste it to that button. So that is a massive, massive time saver. And that's something I use all the time when I'm building with Kadence Blocks is the copy and paste styles. So that definitely helps speed up the process. One more thing, I don't see any more questions. This was also in the tutorial here. So let's just scroll down, and I'll actually just show a live, yeah. So here it is, a live example of this. So one idea is to add some animations to your links. This isn't really going to do a whole lot, but it is kind of cool that like when it first loads, you could have this animation. So as I scroll down on this page here, you can see it's happening pretty quickly. But you can have your links animate in, and I actually created an example of this. So let's go back here and let's open up Pages, and I had this links test. And if I preview this, I added some animation. This is a Kadence Blocks Pro feature, but on these buttons, if you go over to the Advanced tab, and there is this drop down that says Animate on Scroll. So I'm fading down right on this button, and I'm making it last 2,000 milliseconds, so 2 seconds. And then this one I'm setting to fade down left. So this one is fading right, this one's fading left, this one's fading right, and I'm just alternating those and making them all take 2 seconds. So when someone first loads your page, so say they click the link on your bio or whatever, you can see when it comes in here, gives that nice cool effect, right? So if I refresh this one more time, you can see them just kind of animate down. I don't know. It's just something kind of cool. It might be a little gimmicky, but if you like adding animation and stuff and you have Kadence Blocks Pro, you can add any type of animation to your buttons. One more thing that Kathy gave me the idea on when I first wrote this blog post is having some analytics to track what buttons are being clicked. So one way you could do, so if you have this page, you might be wondering, hey, how many clicks are certain buttons getting? Because you might find that the fourth button that you have is getting the most clicks, and maybe you want to move that up to the top so people see it quicker. So there's a couple things that I can think of that you could do to track clicks on your website. One thing would be to use an affiliate plugin, like an affiliate link plugin. And what you could do is you could set like a specific like campaign, like add a parameter or something to your link, so that, and maybe you tag it with Linktree or something, and then you put that link right here. And then whenever someone clicks it, or say these are affiliate links or something, whenever someone clicks it, you could track and see, hey, that Linktree button specifically was clicked this many times. So that's one way of doing it. Another thing, and I do not use this plugin. So I mentioned it in the tutorial, but I do not use it. And so I'm just throwing that out there. So, but it does seem to be a reputable plugin. But there is this plugin called Track the Click, and it's just a very, very simple plugin. So you can see I have Track the Click activated here. It looks like this. It looks like there's like 3,000 or so downloads on it. But if you go into it here, it tracks all the clicks that happen on your website. So as I was actually clicking around, you can see that it's showing how many times certain things were clicked. And so certain buttons on your Linktree page, when those are clicked, that would likely be able to track, how many times those buttons are clicked, and then you'd be able to take action and maybe move them around or whatever you'd like. Or maybe there's some buttons that aren't getting any clicks at all, and maybe you only want to focus on, 2 or 3 important buttons on your Linktree page. So I just wanted to show that quick as well. Kathy says analytics. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, thank you for linking that. So Kathy linked that in the chat there to that Track the Click plugin. So that's a really cool feature as well. But that's all I had for today. It's 9:43, so we're about 43 minutes in. I'm not seeing any more questions, but yeah. Hey, Kathy.
I have questions.
Yeah, what's
Can
up?
I ask questions?
Absolutely.
I'm here for questions. I'm here. Oops. See, okay, I'm just going to remove the slides. I'm just going to talk to you, Jake, because I want to talk to you about everything that you've got going on. You literally have been one of the innovators of building business on top of Kadence. Like, you saw really early all of the things that you could use in Kadence in order to really build a business, and to not just do that, but to create so many just like, I mean, the Kadence team is pretty small, right? And you took it to the next level. You're very close to what your customers need, to what people in the community need, and you saw needs and you filled them. And I want to talk to you a little bit about that, because I know, the Linktree stuff is really fun, and I'm so excited about all the stuff you're doing. But I wanted to talk to you about like what you saw in Kadence and what advice you could give other people who maybe are looking for like a second income stream and see what you're doing.
Yeah. So, I mean, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I mean, Kadence is an entire ecosystem of tools. I don't think that that's hounded on enough, honestly. Like I think so many people are just so caught up in like the specific like theme or whatever that they're using, or the blocks that they're using. And like, that is 2 out of however many products that Kadence has. And so Kadence has, the Kadence child theme builder. So if you are a designer, or you get playing around and you realize how easy it is to build pages and stuff in Kadence, you can take your expertise and you can package that all. You could create your own cloud library, as I've done. There are a number of people out there that have done that. That you can create child themes. Well, I don't have it up anymore, but that's all right. But there's like child themes that you can create. So pre-designed pages. So this was the first child. This was actually from the first Amplify event that I gave. This was our first child theme called Discover. And actually, let me just go on Start Blogging Themes. So startbloggingthemes.com. This is the site for our premium Kadence child themes that we've built. So we have these 2 themes. So here's the Discover theme that I'm talking about. This is a very clean, like minimalistic look. So if I come in here, it looks like this. And all these come pre-packaged with like 7 pre-designed pages, full blog post outlines, which I didn't even talk about, but I have plenty of videos talking about that. But that's what massively differentiates us from other theme builders out there. Is I have so much expertise in doing affiliate marketing and getting organic Google traffic and how to rank on Google and bringing in traffic so you can get affiliate sales with product reviews, comparison posts, instructional posts, and things like that. And so, yeah, I just wanted to show that off. And then this is the rewind theme that we are just releasing today. In fact, after I get done with this, I'm going to be sending out some emails and announcing the launch of this here, which is a real cool retro-y theme. But yeah, so Kadence, I saw this from the beginning. I mean, I always had, in fact, I told this story in the first Kadence Amplify event, and I think that it's kind of a cool story. Is like, I started blogging back in 2014. I had no idea what I was doing. I wrote some articles about things that I was interested in. My first blog had things on WordPress, music, let's see here, technology, grammar. Like it was the most, like the biggest grab bag of just random things. I had no idea how to like take that traffic and monetize it. And then I started learning how to build a blog. I started getting into like page speed because my pages were so slow. My median load time was like 17 seconds, which was insane, because I had this really bloated third party page builder, a slow theme on there, and I got really into page speed and how can I speed up my site. That's when I saw the video from Adam Preiser about Kadence when the modern Kadence theme was released, and I installed that. And from the get-go, I was like, this thing is incredible. It's everything that I need. And then I always would have people. I started Start Blogging 101, which you see there, and I had so many people asking me, how do I build this thing in your sidebar? How do I build this about the author thing that you have? How do I build this product review with different star ratings that you show on your site? Like, I want to be able to do that. And I was like, well, I can create a tutorial and teach you how to do it for free, or I wish I could create a template, but there was nothing at the time. And then all of a sudden Kadence Cloud was announced. And that completely changed my world because I was able to take these pre-designed templates and package them into their own individual blocks. And I was able to take all those things that I was building on my website and throw them into this like cloud library and then have anybody access them at any time. And so I highly, highly recommend it. If you are interested in design, even if you just enjoy building things, like every single person is different. Every single cloud library out there, every time I see someone announce a new one, it's so cool because everyone has their own touch, their own originality. You know, everyone has their own style and way of doing things. And I think that that's what's so cool about these cloud libraries. And what I think is like really, really going to help build the Kadence brand. The Kadence Marketplace recently came out, and I know that that's like being worked on, but like showcasing all the different cloud libraries, showcasing, you know, all the different child themes that people are building. And I think that that's just so amazing to be able to, for someone, you know, who's been building for a really, really long time, you know, package all their stuff into these blocks and theme or child themes. And it just saves you hundreds, if not thousands of hours, because every single person that's like looking to start a website, I have friends and family ask me all the time, hey, can you help me start a website? It's like, yeah, well, I could build it from scratch. You know, how many times have you heard that, Kathy? Yeah. I could build it from scratch, and I'm going to probably build like the same looking templates, the same 3 content boxes, like, and it's going to take me a lot. Like, I know what I'm doing, but it's going to still take me some time. I'm like, what if I could just templatize this and like have this like thing that you just import in perfectly, and it has every single thing that you need to get started. And then you get to focus on creating content. And that is the thing that makes money for your business, because so many people get caught up in the page speed. They get caught up in, how do I build this thing and make it look good? And I'm not joking. I spent thousands and thousands of hours on my website just figuring out the design. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like this stuff isn't going to make me money. Like, you can have the prettiest site in the world, but if it does not convert, like you're not going to make money. So like you need to be focusing on like affiliate blog posts, like driving traffic from Google, focusing on how can I make affiliate commissions, and that's what I've specialized in for the last 10 years.
Yeah, yeah, and the content you put out and the advice you give to Kadence users is just immense. That post that you wrote recently, I'm gonna try to find it and pop it into the chat, but the one about how to do product reviews,
Oh, that I can bring it up.
how long did that take you to so good. Here,
Longer
do you
than
have it?
I would like to admit. Months. It took me months on and off. This is by far the most comprehensive blog post I have ever written. If you want to learn how to start making passive income online by writing product reviews, this is the article for you. I spent so much time on this. And this whole thing is a massive, massive comprehensive guide. All the table of contents here, 13 step-by-step things of every single thing that I do to make passive income through product reviews, including things like this sticky sidebar thing here. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like people like saw this kind of thing and like, how can I do that? And I'm like, oh, well, here, let me throw that in a template for you, right? So creating these affiliate boxes, right? These things that you see on Wirecutter that are just proven to convert. So many people just have like a wall of text. It's like this little like paragraph, and it's like, click here to learn more. And it's like, that's so boring. Like it doesn't draw the attention of the visitor's eyes. And this way, if you have like these product boxes, you have nice little tags, you have a product image, a nice bold, title, these big call to action buttons. And like, I've built so many of these things, and there are so many customers on Start Blogging Blocks. I mean, like one of the product reviews that I had written was making anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 per month just from one single article. And that's just one product out there. And so like, there are so many people that are just creating these things in bulk. And that I'm a part of a number of blogging groups, and there's some people using our blocks that are making, 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month. It's insane to see some of these success stories that people have by building these things. So yeah, I would definitely recommend checking out this article, because it is very comprehensive. I put a ton of time in it, and I think you're going to learn a ton about how to make some passive income online.
Yeah, yeah, and this is the thing that I love about what you're doing, Jake, is not only, well, you're deep in on what Kadence can do and the knowledge of how to use these tools so well, but you're also in so many groups and have been doing blogging for so long that you know what works. You know what are the tips, what are the tricks, what are the things that you can do on your own blog in order to make it successful, and you take all of that knowledge and incorporate it with Kadence, and it makes just this perfect synergy of knowledge and expertise with the tool that is the platform for creating such perfect content,
Yeah.
and page speed and effectiveness. It's magical. So I'm constantly sending people. You probably owe me an affiliate commission. You just have to buy me a beer
I didn't get you
sometimes,
signed up.
because I send people to you all the time, don't I?
Yeah, no, you do all the time, and I appreciate that so much. And that you just explained that so eloquently, man. That was amazing. So thank you so much for explaining that and everything that I do, because I truly appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Everybody needs to follow Jake. Jake, where should they? Well, obviously you're on Facebook. You're very active in the Kadence Facebook group, but you also have your own group on Facebook as well for
Yeah,
Start Blogging Blocks.
let me bring that up here.
Yeah.
Oops. All right. So yeah, if you want to join the Facebook group, it's facebook.com/startblogging101. Oh shoot,
Yeah.
that's the that's the fan page. Sorry. So it's facebook.com/groups/startblogging101. Here we go. So it's WordPress without page builders by Startblogging101. So we have over 1,500 members in there. It's very Kadence based, but the whole idea is just kind of building without bloated third-party page builders. That was how I got started, because I've been there. I've used bloated page builders. I used to be on Cornerstone, then I used Elementor, and then I switched off and I went block based only with Kadence. literally have never looked back, and people are just coming over in droves from third-party page builders to block-based solutions.
Yeah.
So that's why I created this group. So definitely check that out for the Facebook group and connect with me there.
Amazing. I am trying to find the link, but I have too many Chrome windows open. I'm just not going to try. Just go Facebook
Yeah.
search WordPress without page builders.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
100% behind that. I have, Jake and I, we've talked a lot about my history with WordPress, starting out really early, then seeing all the power that page builders could do, but then seeing some of the problems of having
Yep.
that extra layer on top of WordPress, and then coming back down into Gutenberg, building with blocks and the speed, performance, the long range longevity of a site that's built with blocks, so that as Gutenberg or the page block editor, as that matures, that you are as close to what WordPress is doing as possible. It just makes your life long term so much easier, your site so much faster, your
Yep.
customers so much happier when they're loading that fast and zippy page. It's the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in the 2020s, like Google's taking page speed more seriously than they ever have before with their core web vitals and everything. And I would not be surprised if at some point in the somewhat near future, they've already said that it's a ranking factor, passing Google's core web vitals. But I would not be surprised if they put even more of an emphasis and more of a, just give even more of a ranking factor for that, because page speed is everything. I mean, it's so huge. I mean, you hear like massive e-commerce brands like Amazon, I think you've mentioned that before too, is just like, they've done all these studies that, like 0.1 seconds, of it affects like their conversion rate by some insane number. I'm not even gonna throw a number out there because I don't know, but it's crazy. It's like these studies they do out there are crazy. So
Yeah.
if someone's gonna come on your page and like have it slowly loading and like everything is just kind of like, whatever, like they're just going to back out and find something new. So yeah, having a site that's super, super speedy is so important.
It's critical for the success of your site. Well, Jake, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, good luck with your launch. Everybody needs to go follow Jake.
Yes.
Just join his Facebook group. That's where you need to go. I'm in there too because I am a fan of Jake as well. So
we have Kathy, we have Hannah, and we have Ben in there. So we got the whole Kadence crew.
Yeah. We're in for it. It's great. And look, we've got Mark Woodard, who is one of the developers
so much, Mark.
on Kadence. And
oh, cool. Awesome.
Super
Sweet. Appreciate it, Mark.
Mark is awesome. He's one of our developers on Kadence and just does a tremendous job. And John, of course, very thankful for your presentation.
Thanks
I'm very
so much,
thankful
John,
that you've been here. Guess what I get to do next? Well, actually, Jake, just stick around for this.
Okay.
So
okay.
Rachel Winchester was on tap for our next presentation, but I just got a message from her in the last half an hour that she is not well and isn't going to make it. She sent me a recording, but I can't pull it up. You can't do all of that in minutes. So you guys, everybody that's watching, you've got a couple of options. You can head to track 2 and see Maestro Stevens, whose presentation is going to tee up there in just about a minute. WordPress with purpose, freshen up your website strategy. Or, and this is where I torture myself, you can hang out here with me for a little while. Or I could make the screen blank and you could just go drink coffee. Or you can hang out with me. Jake, I'm going to let you go. But
I hope you prepared some jokes or something. A lot of like fun stories for an hour.
I'm going to leave it up to the audience of what they would like me to do. I can talk about Taylor Swift. I can do a presentation about passkeys if you're interested in security.
That would be interesting.
I can do a presentation about the landing page launch pad. I have that all teed up. I can do tons of different things.
You have options for sure.
So I need you guys in the chat. I'm going to watch the chat for the next minute or so. Do you want to talk about landing pages and how to make your landing pages sell? And we'll do that for a little bit. Or we can talk about passkeys and a new technology that's coming down the pike that's going to make our WordPress sites and all of our accounts more secure. So you're going to have to put that in the chat. What do you want me to do? Landing page launchpad or passkeys, because the password is dead. Do one for beginners. Keep it simple. Then we'll talk about landing pages. It
I was
sounds
going
like
to say
landing pages.
passkeys is super interesting. I would love to learn more about that. But
okay,
Peter does say that
we'll do landing pages. I've got a presentation
landing pages
already.
is good. Yeah, that's a really good topic.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, Jake.
Yeah,
I'll
no
let
problem.
You go.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Always so much fun. Send me good wishes, because I'm gonna wing it for a little bit.
Will do. All right. Well, we'll see you guys later. Take care.
Bye-bye.